This is the Pantheon. We'd like to proudly welcome all the way from Ottawa, Ontario. This is Tiago Underwood-Santos. And today we're talking about his band Skybound. Welcome to the Pantheon, my brother!
Hey, how you doing, man?
Loving it, man. Loving it. Life is good, man. So let's get a little bit of an idea of how long have you been with Skybound for?
Okay, so I started the project back in the summer of 2017. Yes. Yeah, I would say June of 2017. Started the project, kind of formation out of different bands out of Ottawa that kind of either went kaput or for whatever reasons and everything. So we just kind of grabbed different members from different bands. And my initial idea for the band was to be just me and have a bunch of guests do an album. And it kind of spiraled out of control into a band. And I was like, you know what? This is cool as hell. So we've been a band since 2017. So
that's cool, man.
In a little bit.
So who and what are your inspirations?
Oh, that's a big old question. So for me, honestly, I've always been a prog guy. Anything going back to the 70s and 80s.
That's the good stuff, man.
Yes, and everything. Dude, my dad turned me onto it in grade 2. He showed me Spirit of Radio live at Pink Pop, and I was sold ever since. It's just kind of been a chasing that kind of sound and dream and everything. But honestly, for me, like, I draw from anything from like electronic stuff, all the way to like more than the extreme metal, even like death metal and black metal. So for me, all bets are off except for country. So
I like when it comes to country. I myself personally, I dig the old stuff, but when it comes down to like, there's actually a darker side of country out right now that I am loving, man, and I recommend it for anybody to check out. The Coffin Shakers, Heathen Apostles, the Coffin Cats, real rockabilly country, man.
Sweet, I'm getting a lot of Coffin vibes from this.
Oh, it's all like dark Halloween music. It's so freaking good, man. All right, well let's jump into your new EP, Pink Cloud Summer, and the song Liquid Courage. So what was it like creating the arrangement to this? Was it difficult getting the right sound? How many takes did it take? Please tell us about your process.
Okay, so our process is very, very trial and error. We kind of take our time with it and everything. Like, we won't kind of hole ourselves up in the studio for 2 weeks and come out with a product and everything. We'll literally sit there for months at our drummer's house, at my house and everything, and just kind of go over little ideas and sparks and everything. For us, honestly, it just comes from the idea. Whether that be myself or Jameson, our drummer, or Noah, or whatever thing, we'll just kind of jam out an idea and we'll kind of form a song around that. Mm-hmm. So for that one, it's kind of based in this 6/4 groove that doesn't feel like 6/4 because it's kind of done very naturally and very like foot on the floor. So that one was probably the first song I wrote after our album we put out last year, For All the Hope We Hold. And I just kind of wanted to go in a totally different direction, kind of giving it a bit more jazz and a bit more, I want to say, soft and ethereal kind of sounds and everything, and just kind of expanding it out and everything, because our first album was very rock and metal, what you would expect from an instrumental band, just lots of guitar solos and lots of that and everything. So the new stuff is kind of continuing that, but pushing more with orchestrations and piano and just kind of building more of a vibe and getting a lot of like post-rock and a lot of electronic.
I like that. So it's kind progressive.
Of broadening the spectrum, man. Broadening the spectrum.
Yeah, that's what I say. Like, like getting back to like bands from the 70s, bands like Rush. Like, you guys sound very progressive. I like that. I'm a huge fan of progressive music.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I take lots from Rush with their ability to make an odd meter not sound odd and being able to switch time signatures without you even knowing. Like, Subdivisions has that in spades, where like you don't even realize it's a different time signature because the song is so well written, but when you break it down, you're like, oh, there's all this cool shit that's going on behind the scenes, right? And like that's the stuff that we're chasing.
That's so cool. So when is the release date of Pink Cloud Summer coming?
So we don't have an exact release date. We're still waiting on a couple things for the album. Honestly, the only delays right now is we have a relatively big guitarist. Should I? Actually, yes. Yeah, I'll divulge it. We have Rich Hensel from Haken, the Mighty Haken. He's playing guest solo on it, so just getting that all in order and everything. He's from the UK, so it's a bit tricky with scheduling and everything. And also, we're having like actual orchestrations and synths and everything being done in Toronto. So we're sending all of our demo stuff, and it's coming back all glossy. We have a friend who does all that type of production stuff, so he's turning it into real sounds. So those kind of things are making it a bit longer than a regular album. So I'm gonna say late November.
Cool.
We'll announce it properly in the next couple weeks.
So are you guys making any CDs, vinyl, cassettes for this celebration, or is it just going to be straight digital?
So mostly digital. We are going to do a limited run of CDs along with kind of the pre-order packs and everything with shirts and all that stuff. But as far as like physicals, I would say we don't really have the infrastructure just quite yet to do some records or like a pressing of cassettes and everything, even though that would be fucking
Oh, of course.
cool.
It comes out of your pocket and costs so much.
Exactly. And I mean, like, there's plants closing left and right now. So it's like there's a 7-month wait time literally just to get your pressing on their desk and get it approved from them. So it takes a while for that process, but it's definitely something we're stoked to do potentially next year, though.
Fantastic, guys. So what's next for Skybound? Do you guys have any tours, any festivals? We know we got new music, but where can fans come and see you?
Cool. So we're based out of Ottawa, Ontario. So we tend to play in an area. So we have a couple of local shows coming up. We're playing with the Northern from Toronto this Friday, October 18th at Babylon Nightclub, which is downtown Ottawa. We're also playing with Peacemaker and Mayfield and a couple other friends' bands on the yearly show, but next year is when we hit the touring hard and everything. We're going to be going out for a week in April, and then we have a couple other tours kind of in the works and everything for May, June, and possibly doing like it hard, as well as like getting festival applications all set up and everything, because we have a couple friends that can refer us. Ottawa has so many great DIY things happening with festivals and everything. We're about to be announced for one. So
we got a festival in Drumheller, Alberta that you guys should try and get on. Loud as Hell Fest.
Dude, that sounds sick. That sounds cool.
Metal, man. It's so badass.
Nice. What could go wrong with that, right?
It's been an absolute pleasure here on the Pantheon. Keep making great music. Keep kicking ass. Horns high!
Yeah, thanks so much for having me, man. So much for having me.